Hi, I'm Andy Hudson, and I'd like to tell you about my game, Planeteers.
Planeteers is a semi-cooperative planetary colonization game for 2 to 4 players. It takes about 90 to 120 minutes to play and is designed for players 12 years and up. Planeteers combines elements of resource management, Euro-style, and role-playing games. If you enjoyed playing Terraforming Mars, First Martians, and On Mars, then Planeteers may be a good fit for you. In the not-so-distant future, the Space Exploration and Extraction Deployment, or SEED, seeks to establish their claim to resource-rich exoplanets. As freelance hires of SEED, you have been offered generous compensation for establishing the first life support systems on an exoplanet called Elos 86A. This planet is of particular interest as it possesses a wealth of natural resources, including a very rare but highly versatile substance called lumitite. In Planeteers, players take the role of one of 6 different character archetypes, up to a total of 4 characters. Each character has a unique specialization with attributes that make them suited for certain tasks that support the mission. During game setup, ore deposit tokens consisting of 4 different ore types of varying rarity are randomized and placed face down on landmark locations that are spread throughout 4 climate zones. Over a series of rounds, players work cooperatively to visit landmark locations to identify which ores are present and extract them. Ore is then brought to building sites and used to construct life support units. Players ultimately win or lose the game together, depending on whether they complete construction of 3 core units, which produce vital water, oxygen, and health. Support units are also required to complete the core units, and their construction provides characters with perks that boost their stats or give them access to vehicles to increase their productivity. Players must also contend with changing weather conditions in each of the zones, enemy creatures called Scordra that compete for ore resources, and seismic hazards if they are too careless in their mining activities. Throughout the game, characters receive mission points for performing certain tasks. Mission points represent the compensation that each character receives from SEED and are tabulated at the end of game to determine which player wins. However, players lose the game if they do not complete the 3 core units within a certain number of rounds. This is how Planeteers works in a nutshell, but let's take a closer look at what happens in a round of play. Each round of play represents 1 day on the planet and consists of 4 sequential phases: Journal, Weather, Main, and Upkeep. During Journal phase, a journal log card is drawn that modifies the weather intensity of 1 or more zones and reveals a beneficial or negative effect that lasts for the round. Next is Weather phase, where a weather event card is drawn and the effect on the card takes effect in all zones with a weather intensity equal to or greater than the value on the card. Following this is Main phase, where players and enemy creatures get to take their turns. Players take turns first, going in clockwise order. On each player's turn, they can move their character between connected points on the map and take up to 2 paid actions in any order or combination. The prospecting and crafting actions are the way in which ore is extracted and core and support units are built. Prospecting involves activating 1 or more ore deposit tokens and placing the corresponding ore on the character's space. When ore deposit tokens are first activated, they are flipped to reveal the ore type, and the character earns mission points based on the type of ore revealed. Also, each time a prospecting action is taken, a seismic tile is revealed for that zone. If the total seismic value in a zone is 5 or greater, after prospecting, a seismic event occurs that may summon enemy creatures, harm characters and vehicles, or place hazards on the board that penalize character movement. Characters can also freely trade resources with other characters on the same space, harvest oxygen, water, and health packs from constructions, and pick up and drop ore tokens. Each character also has a unique special ability that can be used as a free action once per game. After character turns, enemy creatures take their turns by moving towards the closest space with ore tokens and consuming them, or attacking characters present on the same space. The final phase each round is Upkeep. In this phase, effects in play resolve and built units produce water, oxygen, and health units. Importantly, at this time, characters lose water and oxygen from their suit. If a character's water, oxygen, or health drop below 1 at any time, the character dies, but they can regenerate by spending some other mission points. Play continues this way until the end of game is triggered upon completion of all core units or the maximum number of rounds are completed. If the mission is successful, players tabulate their mission points, and the player with the greatest number of points, and hence earnings, is the ultimate winner.
This completes my overview of my game Planeteers. I hope you found this to be helpful and interesting, and if you'd like to learn more about Planeteers, see the links below for a copy of the rulebook and a link to the DLC for Tabletop Simulator. Thanks for watching, and happy gaming!